Hello, welcome to another episode of A Few Minutes with Marvin. I inspire those who aspire to make positive changes in their lives. And today I want to discuss an aspect of the law of attraction that is lost, right? That we don't really practice. And that's really what the law of attraction is all about. This one principle. Let's call it the lost principle. So, there are several principles, universal principles, that cannot be changed or challenged in any way, shape, or form because it is energy. These are the principles that govern everything in the universe, not just humans here on Earth, but beings everywhere else, in all other realms, in dimensions. And I'm not going to go into every specific one individually. I'm going to list them here and give you a link to a video that you can go watch it where I got my knowledge. And it wasn't just that video. It was a host of things that led me up to this, that led me to that video synchronistically popping up on my YouTube feed, right? But it was that exclamation point that I was looking for, because as I've talked in other videos, I am practicing the law of attraction, and I'm trying to manifest, right? Because I truly know in my heart that that is how this works. Our thoughts create anything that we think, it gets created, right? Energy neither is created or destroyed. So anything we think is already there already anyway. And I know that's hard for you to believe, but energetic, we're all energy. We're all frequency, right? Spinning at these high rate of speeds to make us look physical, when in the reality is that we are not physical bodies. We look physical and feel, right, to our senses, to our brains, but the reality is that we're all vibrating on specific frequencies. And those frequencies create the matter, right? Which we see through and identify as a chair, as a dog, as another human being, right? So let me move away from that, because I know that's hard for some people to the concept is hard for people to grasp, and that's okay. It's my truth. It's truly what I know for myself to be real. But what is real, right? We don't even know anymore, and but we're finding out, right? How do you find out? Go within. But anyway, let me talk about the lost principle. It's the generative principle. And basically, the generative principle is the principle of creation. It literally translates from, I believe, Latin, generare, I think is the way it's said in Latin, to create. Because we are creators. We can create anything we want in our now space. And that's what the law of attraction teaches us, right? To first put it out there, whether you do it on a vision board, whether you do it on a piece of paper, writing it out 1,000 times, right? And that's all true, right? Because that's the way we manifest things, right? We have to put it out there into the universe, and we have to feel it, we have to repeat it, we have to constantly focus on it and think about it, right? But the generative principle can't work unless three things are totally in alignment in that process. And we all work on the law of attraction, and we have this one piece down really good, but we're missing the thing that binds it together, or the other two things that really send it out to the universe, and through these laws has to be created. But we have to do it properly. And from my perspective, I have done the law of attraction, but I don't think I've taken it far enough sometimes. I don't think that that I'm doing it properly. And there is a proper way according to these principles of the universe. And I truly see that now more than ever. So this generative principle pretty much is Genesis, right? Creation. So any thought that we think about will be created. How it manifests is totally upon us. And a lot of times we create things because we thought about them, and then they come in and you're like, wow, that actually happened. But we forget about the steps that we took to create that. And it could happen in a day, it could happen in a year, it could happen in 20 years. But doing this properly, this law of attraction properly, takes a lot of commitment. A lot of commitment. And the one thing that I've always been taught is that you have to do it, for 21 days in a row, and that's where it changes your mindset. If you say these mantras every day, if you burn things under a candle, manifest it, send it out to the universe, those things work. But you have to do them for more than 21 days. It has to be a lifetime of manifestation. So if that one thing hasn't manifested for you, even though you're doing the law of attraction with it, you have to keep doing it. You have to keep focusing on that one thing. Our problems, or my problems, have been in that I'll do the law of attraction manifestation. I'll do it past the 21 days that everybody recommends, right? I'll do it until I get kind of tired of it and stop doing it. And then wonder later why it didn't happen. Because I didn't focus on it properly. And that's the key to this, is are you truly focused on what you're trying to manifest? And with this generative principle, it really says that this is the order in which you have to create something in order to manifest it. First in the heart, then in the mind, right? And then in your action or your willpower. Seems simple, right? But from the aspect of the heart, right, we all get told by Abraham Hicks and all those other law of attraction specialists that you have to feel it, right? First you have to think it. No, first you feel it as if you already have it, right? Then you put it out there into the universe. You write it down, you think about it. That's using your brain, that's using your mind, right? The logic of it. Put it and build it for the universe. Construct it, right? I say very many times, in order for the universe to build something for you, to be the architect, you have to give it a really good blueprint. Very detailed, right? But those details have to come from your heart. Whatever it is you're trying to manifest, whether it's love, a perfect person, whether it's a house, whether it's a car, whether it's a job, you have to care deeply about that thing. You have to be passionate about wanting it. Not only passionate about wanting it, passionate when you receive it, and grateful when you receive it, and continuing to be grateful and passionate about that thing that you created. Right? It's not just about the thought. The thought's always going to be there. You have to feel it every now moment. You already have that man of your dreams, and he looks like this, and he's got these color eyes, and he's this tall, and he's this ethnicity, or whatever it is. That's how technical this is. It's a detailed blueprint that you're presenting to the universe, but born out of your deep desire to manifest that, to have it, and to act as if you already do. Right? So we already knew that, right? But that's critical. That's more critical than we ever imagined, right? Because first you have to start there. Then you do the mindful things, like writing it down and burning it in a pile of wood, or whatever things that you do to create this, right? Writing it down, thinking about it. But not just for a few times. You have to do it constantly. Constantly. Focus on it. Think about it. If you're trying to think about a certain dollar amount in your bank account, you have to see that number. You have to act as if you're going online, checking your statement, and seeing that number every single time. Or if you call your bank for your balance and stuff like I do, before the lady says what the number is, I'm already thinking that it's the number that I want, right? And I do that every single time I check my balance. Every single time. It has to be done with that feeling, the confidence, the care behind it. I care that my bank account reflects this number, right? So in that caring, I'm attracting it. It's already created. So first you have to care from your heart, and then you have to have the knowledge, right? And put the thought behind it from your mind. Then finally you have to take an action step through will. You have to not just create it in your heart and mind, you have to take a step towards it. And that can be anything. If it's a love you're trying to attract, start going, to social events. Not bars, social events, meetup groups, yoga classes, things like that, sipping paints. Those interactions where you're going to put yourself in the position to meet this person. That's taking action. It's not going out there looking through every window saying, well, he's not there, he's not there. No. You got to put yourself in the social situations, right? Especially a social situation that fits you, that resonates with you. If you like drinking wine, then going to a winery and doing a paint and sip makes a lot of sense because you're going to attract somebody else that likes wine and painting. Does that make sense? And another situation is, if you're trying to attract the money, what's the will in there, right? Not just, I have it, I care that I have it. How are you going to spend it, right? What are you going to use it for? If your intention is to have $1 million in the bank and you know that some of that's going to go to a charity and some of that's going to go here, be specific about where, right? If you want it to go to, let's say, a local fundraiser, that is going to be in a month or so because somebody needs to pay the hospital bills for their child, whatever the situation is, right? And you say part of that $1 million is going to go to help that family. One way you can take the action towards making that happen, give the family $10. Plant that seed, right? Tell the universe, I'm serious about this. Even if you didn't have that $10. Because now you're not operating out of lack. For example, what I do is I'll go to the grocery store and I won't bargain shop. I just won't look for coupons. I don't always look for the best deals. I go for what's best for my body, right? Be it organic, where it's grown, non-processed, not too many ingredients, things like that. And that's what I'll choose, even if the thing right next to it is $3 cheaper, for example. I won't let that $3 gap bother me. I want the quality. And that's how I'm going to manifest, right? Because I have the care for my body, about what I'm going to put into it. And I don't let money be an object because I have the money. That's how it works. And you may really be thinking that that's just too simple, that or you've done it and tried it, but have you? This generative principle law is very specific. You have to be in it. You have to. It's already created. Get out of your mind that it's not here because you didn't do something right. It's already there. You have to get the other two things in balance, right? So then now you have all of these three things in balance: your heart and your mind and your will. And your will is to take action, and that's where a lot of us fall short. Taking action is not just writing it down, and it's just not being in the moment and feeling it, right? Because those things are already done. The action is, what are you doing now to get you closer to that? And it could be as simple as just taking a step in the right direction. You know, if you want a specific car, go to a car lot that has that car and ask for a test drive. And on that test drive, use that law of attraction. This is mine. I'm driving my vehicle right now. We're going home. Put those out to the universe, right? Because now you've taken the action. Now you got to show that you care. And now the thought's there. This is mine. It's really, really that simple and that complicated, right? Because as this gentleman put it, and I thought this was, good enough to share, is it has to be something that we care so much about that we're willing to put our will behind it. We're willing to take action on it. It can be love, it can be anything. What are you doing? What action step are you taking to help manifest this? To help align yourself to match it? Because that's really what it's all about. So I really thought this was very informative for me in my law of attraction things. And trust me, I've manifested quite a few things, right? And I'm very happy about that. But there are some things that are out there, that I put out there, that are not in my now space. It's not the universe that's keeping it from me. It's me that's keeping it from me because I don't care enough. I don't care about it all the time. I don't stay knowledgeable about it. I don't keep it in the forefront of my mind. I don't focus on it. And I don't take action towards it. Do those things. Practice this generative principle law. And you'll see, everything will manifest. Don't worry about time. Time is an illusion. It'll happen when it's going to happen, when you are aligned with it every day, every now moment. And just for your awareness, the video that I'm going to post here isn't mine. I'm giving its proper credit. This is a gentleman who was a 33-degree Mason, and this is something that the Masons teach, but not to any of the other Masons, only to 33rd level Masons. Why? Because they know that it works and they don't want to share it. And I'm not going into any conspiracy theories about whether it's secret societies. Who cares about it? It doesn't matter to me anymore. It did at one time, but if they are, they are. But either way, there's things out there, call them dark, call them negative energies, call them evil, that are trying to suppress this, and they've been very successful at it by having us change our behaviors and the way we think, right? Because we're taught you can't, that's not possible, that's impossible. I'm just a puny little human in this puny little body. You're not. And they know it. And they teach this at the 33rd degree level, which is the highest Mason level. And we know a lot of folks that have been 33rd degree Masons. Our vice president is one of them, our current vice president, right? Now again, nothing against her or what she's doing, but they know the information and they're not sharing it. So to me, that's not a good thing. So I don't mind exposing this, and I'm not doing it in a negative way. I'm doing it just to bring light on it, because that's how I can change it. How do I shift the darkness? By knowing it's there, not addressing it, not saying, hey, you're this or that. No. Here it is. Everybody else can see it too. And I do it from love. So there's no negative consequences for me about it, because there are consequences to some actions. But if you do everything from your heart first, not your mind, not the reaction, do it from your heart, and nothing can harm you. But you have to see these things to know that they exist and decide to take action on them and do something about it. I'm doing something about it. And me just talking about this is me taking action because I saw it. And not that I'm okay with it or not, but I can shift that. So can you. I'm asking for your help. Let's shift the darkness to light. Not by feeding it with fear, negativity, anger. Showing it love and standing in our sovereignty and our freedom, saying, there's nothing you can do to me anymore. I know the truth, and it's my truth. I don't need to buy into what you're selling. And that's all it's about. Go sell to whomever wants to buy from you. Not me. I love you. And you'll see how quickly that thing just shifts out of the way. And I know this took a unexpected twist here at the end, but we need to be aware. And law of attraction is awareness. But first, it's your heart, it's your caring, it's your feeling, it's your passion. So whatever you're passionate about, do that. Act on it. Learn about it. Get wisdom, knowledge about it. Think about it. Keep it in your focus. And then take an action. And you'll get it. That's how simple it can be. So keep manifesting, my friends, but try this, right? This is going to get you there closer, faster. I really, truly, truly know that from my heart. And just know that you're more powerful than we've been allowed to be. And we don't have to blame or point fingers at anybody. We just need to know it and decide not to partake in it, and not to participate in it, and not to allow it into our now space. You can do that. You are that powerful. So, stand in your truth. Create, because you are the creator. You are the generative principle. And have an amazing day. I truly encourage you to share this video. Other people need to know these truths. It's my truth, but it may resonate with somebody else, and people that are doing a law of attraction work may benefit from this. So I'd appreciate it. Also, give the video a thumbs up, share it, right? That controls the YouTube algorithms. And anytime we're putting light out there, it's really good for us to put it out where it doesn't want to be, right? But there's strength in numbers, so the more shares this video gets, the more comments you leave, and the more subscribes I get, that really counterbalances the things that don't want this message to get out. And that's where I'll leave it with that. It's all about balance. There is a yin, there's a yang, always. Let's just stay neutral as much as we can. So, and if you're having a hard time with all of that, with giving your power away out of anger and fear and doubt, and shame and judgment, and you just don't see how you can back out of it, to keep yourself in alignment to receive your manifestations. I am a spiritual transformation coach. Here's a link to my website. Send me an email for a free 30-minute decompression session. Let's talk about how we can get you back in alignment and in balance, right? So that you can start truly knowing that you are the generative principle and you can manifest anything you like. So thank you for spending a few minutes with me. Have a blessed day.